chosen ones, empaths, when it comes to dealing with the narcissist, right? They're used to us carrying out in the same way, orientating ourselves in the same way, more or less becoming predictable, and they think they've got us all sussed out and worked out. And what I would say is, it's inevitable, it's going to happen, right? Post discard, if you were discarded, or even if you cut them off, you're gonna experience another interaction with them at least once. You're gonna experience another interaction with them. And I don't mean at least once shortly after, I mean somewhat into the future, right? Like somewhere down the line, you're gonna see them creep up again. Because as we know, or if you didn't know, a narcissist is never, ever, ever done with us completely. They think we're on the shelf waiting for them, gathering dust, waiting for them to come back to our lives. This is what they have, this stupid idea in their heads, that we're waiting around. And a lot of us aren't waiting around, and we're not sitting on the shelf waiting for them. And this is why this video should help you know how to keep the narcissist in a state of turmoil, right? The first thing that I want to bring to your attention is let unpredictability be your main focus, okay? Be unpredictable. Do different things, Don't do the same, don't make the same move twice, so to speak. You got to treat this as a chess match, right? It's not a human connection. You're up against a demonic entity. You're not up against someone with your best interest in the heart, mind, and soul. You're up against your sworn enemy. Ultimately, these ones are sent by the devil. They're siders of the fallen angels, or however you want to call it. They're from the dark side. They orientate their lives and fashion their whole ways of operation through being a disgusting, despicable, as we would call them, individual. They're very low, and that's why if we keep being the kind, the good-hearted empath, it's not going to do us any favors. I'm not saying shut off your empathetic abilities in general to everyone, but I'm saying these lot don't deserve you to see your good side. And this video is trying to make you unearth, show them a face that they haven't seen before, right? So let's say the door slam, right? The door slam in general will cause a great disturbance and confusion. So you can start off the game by door slamming them. So from this point onwards, we'll take it, right? So you door slam them, you've caused a great disturbance and confusion, but you can play on this, right? If they know you've door slammed them, and you've confused them, and you've disturbed them, you can play on this. And you can play on this during the hoovering attempts. Confuse them. I know they say negative supply is still supply, but showing them a side that they've never seen before will leave them in uncertainty, right? During my hoover attempts, I just played games. I just played games with them, right? I remember way back, they called me one of my friends' names. I know this might sound a little bit like tit for tat, but, you've got to understand that the narcissist in my life portrayed themselves as a God-fearing woman, a devout Catholic, someone who was against promiscuity, someone who was very, that's the way they portrayed themselves, right? But they had a friend, and obviously you should know that friends are similar, but I was a bit blind at the time. But one of their friends was a dusty weirdo, and I knew that their friend was a dusty weirdo. And so when they called me this name, which I knew it was them from a fake profile, I just returned fire and called them this name of this individual. of the dusty weirdo, their friend, right? But what that painted to them, just those few words, that painted to them that I look at them like that now. I don't look at them how I used to look at them as a God-fearing woman, as someone who was not promiscuous. I look at them as a dusty hoe, right? That's what I look at them like, right? So they got that from me in the first sentence of my message when I responded fire. And I know many of you in the comment section that say, Zion, you shouldn't have entertained it, you should have just got no contact. I know, but you know when you're in a place when you feel like you need to say something, you need to tell them about themselves, right? And I know they probably gain supply from this, but at least they know they can't be part of my life, right? Another thing that I said to them is you've probably got some sort of disease, right? I made clear that they've probably got some sort of disease. So I wanted them to know that I don't have, they, you know, because prior they would have probably thought I still want them or desire them sexually, right? So I wanted to make it clear that I don't desire them sexually. Like I do not desire them sexually at all. So I called them a dusty hole, made out they had diseases, and I kind of cut it off there. And they was messaging. And the thing is, right, they was doing this on a dating profile, on a dating site, right? I shouldn't have been on there in the first place. Silly mistake, my fault. But they was creating fake profiles and trying to talk to me from these fake profiles and then subtly letting me know it's them, right? So I kind of just played games with it at first until another thing I done to them is when they was messaging me from the fake profile, I pretended to be, I said, I started just saying, hello, what did I say? I said, hello, yeah, I'm 13. Is that a problem? And I started to just pretend to be a 13-year-old. And then they freaked out and they reported my account and I got blocked on the thing. They freaked out, yeah. I said, I'm a 13-year-old. I'm video recording this. I'm a 13-year-old. Is it okay to speak? Because you know those Catch a Predator channels that you'll see on YouTube and that, they probably freaked out. So basically I wasn't giving them room to speak, you know, not to speak to me. Like that's so I was showing them a different face, and they hadn't seen this other side to me where I'll just play games with them, you know. So and even in the most recent Hoover attempt that I made a video about, when they tried to Hoover me, once I found out it was them, I just sent them a song about Dusty Weirdos. That's all I did. I just responded with music, and I sent them a song, and then they started sending message after message, emails, all these weird messages, all this crazy stuff. Like, not just trying to make out that it's really a person, you know. After they've given away their name, their alias name, I just responded with a song, just one song. You might have heard it. I've done it with a guy from Australia. It's on the channel, and I just sent them that song, you know, because it kind of speaks about them being dusty, what they are, and then the other guy comes in with a verse about narcissists as well, and it was kind of just a narcissist song that we kind of collaborated on. So I just sent them that, you know. That was when they first discovered the channel. But what I'm trying to say to you is, you just need to be unpredictable. You don't want to be predictable. And another thing is, they subtly in the deep core of them, they like the unpredictability because it gives them a kind of thrill. And I'm not trying to give them a thrill, but I'm trying to give them a taste of their own medicine, you know. If they can show us another face, we can show them another face. If they can show us another side, we can show them another side. And that's why I just say, like I said earlier on, make unpredictability be your main focus. Don't make the same move twice. You got to treat it as a chess match, you know, not as a human connection. Like when I'm dealing with these situations that I've talked about, I'm not looking at this person as my ex-person who I was engaged to, like person who I loved, or like I'm treating them as some dusty hoe. That's what I'm treating them as, you know, just treating them like nothing. Like the stuff they're doing, it's not even getting into me. It's not even getting beneath my skin. It's anything they're saying, I'm like, even their messages, when they were sending these long messages, I'm kind of glancing over these messages and I'm thinking, yeah, whatever, and I didn't even respond to them, you know. Like, so that's why I just mix in a bit of no contact with a bit of telling them about themselves, and You know, they don't like being told about themselves. You know, they surround themselves with yes men or yes women. You know, like people that just tell them what they want to hear. So as a chosen one and an empath, we can show them the truth about what they are. And it's true what I'm saying. I'm not like, you know, some people get diseases through unfortunate circumstances, but it's quite true that this narcissist that is trying to chat to me has probably picked up some form of STD or something, right? And they're trying to come and orientate themselves back to me. Like, I'm not going to entertain that. It's dangerous for my health. Number two, I wouldn't even entertain that anyway after what they've done to me. And number three, they're a dusty weirdo. So, like, this is what I'm saying. We can't make the same mistake twice, and don't make the same move twice. Don't go back to them. Don't give them a second chance. Never give them a second chance. You know what I'm saying? So just door slamming them will cause the greatest disturbance and the biggest narcissistic injury. But for me personally, I wanted to play on this a bit more, and especially during the Hoover attempts, I just wanted to confuse them. You know, I know that they always say negative supply. Like I said, it's still supply. But I just wanted to show them a side they've never seen before, and will leave them in uncertainty. Because leaving them in uncertainty makes them know it's kind of like, I believe, amplifying the door slam. You know, it's still the door slam. And now I've got no contact. You know, it's amplified the door slam. I've told them about themselves. And that's what it is, you know. Like, if they can scrape supply off what I told them negatively, because I've spoke very lightly about how I spoke to them, but if they can garner supply from that, that's fine by me. But all it paints to them is there's no way back in their life. There's no way back in my life for them. They know that. They know that crystal clear. They know that. Then there's absolutely no way. And I know some of you have made the mistake of letting them back in, but you know what? Get back up on the horse and don't let them back in a third time, you know? So anyway, thank you for watching today. Please press a like and a subscribe button. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can find a link in the description box. And if you would like a one-to-one session with myself, you can also find a link in the description box. Currently, I have the secondary channel, the spiritual channel. If you want to check that out, the link for that channel is also in the description box. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.